Hey guys, Peter here to do an album review. Today I'm here to tell you about the debut solo record from Lindsay Schoolcraft, Martyr, out October 7th. This is a self-release record and it has 11 tracks, 48 minutes in length. Lindsay's perhaps better known for her work in Cradle of Filth, and this record has nothing to do with that. It's much different in sound, structure, feel, lyrics. Everything about this solo album is different. This is a more dark, gothic, romantic album. It really has a lot of an Evanescence feel to it, and that to me is not a surprise because it was co-written by former Evanescence drummer Rocky Gray. So I really feel like he brought some of that to the table, and in my opinion, that really works well with Lindsay's vocals. So her vocals fit this kind of music, this kind of style, this delivery to perfection. Also on this record, you're going to get an appearance from Zen from Neo Blivascaris. He sings in See the Light. He brings in some harsh vocals into that song, and it's just one of those elements that really sets that track apart, and it really adds a different flavor, a different vibe to the overall record. As I look at the overall album, this album is really well balanced. It really alternates well emotions and song structures while still remaining very concise, very put together, very tight. It never really loses its grip on reality, if you will. It's going down a straightened path, never really falls too far from that, but it still offers something different song after song after song. So it's not repetitive by no means. It really offers different songs with different feels, different styles, different approaches, different structures, different emotions. But overall, it really feels together. It really feels concise. It really feels compact. The orchestration on this album to me is a huge bonus. I really like what they did there. It really enriched the tracks. It really elevated them. It added a dark atmosphere to the songs, which played really well off of Lindsay's vocals, which to me were absolutely magnificent on this record. She has a very beautiful melody to her voice, and in some songs, it was almost haunting. And overall, what they did with the vocals on this record to me was another huge bonus. When you're releasing a solo record like this, that it's really built around her voice, her delivery, and what she can do, you really need a little bit of extra condiments, if you will, vocally, in order to create an album that's more robust and more dynamic. They did that with this record by obviously adding Zen to one of the tracks, but by adding children's choirs to a few of the tracks, backing vocals, a few layers to the vocals. So they did a lot of things vocally on this album that was not solely dependent on her voice and her voice only. That to me enriches the experience of the record, it enriches the flavor of the record, and it brings the album to a different level. It really makes the songs feel a little bit more bigger, a little bit larger, in some cases cinematic, and in some cases really dark and ominous. It really had those ways with it, and a lot of it had to do with how the vocals were used, what kind of vocals were used, if they used choirs, didn't use choirs, if they used backing vocals or not. All of those elements really enrich the experience of listening to this record. So I really feel like they hit the nail on the head when they decided to incorporate a few of those elements surrounding Lindsay's vocals. This album, in my opinion, checks a lot of different boxes. If you're a fan of gothic rock, this album is definitely a must listen for you. I just really like what they did overall for a debut record. This is a solos. This is a really solid debut record. So it's not one of those that you can easily put aside after a few listens because it really has a lot of meat on the bone. It just really carries a lot of emotion. To me, this is almost an emotionally charged record. It just comes across that way, not only from the lyrics or from Lindsay's delivery, but also from the music that surrounds those lyrics and that vocal delivery. As far as songs are concerned, I'm going to start with Dangerous Game. I love this song. I love the melody that it has, and I love the up and down feel that it has between verses and chorus. A lot more melodic in the verses, a lot heavier in the chorus. I just like the switch that it has, and I like that melody that it carries all the way through. But predominantly, I love the up and down feel that it gives you as you're going through this track. Absolutely beautiful. I love the heaviness that the chorus has. It just really captivates you. It's one of those choruses that just really grabs your attention, not just from the heaviness that it carries, but also from the vocal delivery in the chorus. It just has this magnetizing feel to it that you just feel connected to it almost immediately. The vocals in the chorus, like I said, are both beautiful and haunting, and that is the two components that allow it to be very captivating. It just really holds on to you. The chorus to me is really the key aspect of this track, but I really like the up and down feel that the song has. Towards the end, the children's choir comes in, and that adds another level to the song. It just creates even more darkness. It makes the song, while making the song even more beautiful vocally, it really adds this really darkness to it. It just adds this dark underbelly that the song had all the way through, but it just gets enhanced by adding the children's choir towards the end of the song. Magnificently done. Now, my favorite song on this record is the second song that I want to talk about, Into the Night. I absolutely, hands down, love this song. My favorite track on the record. Beautiful piano on this song. The piano is really the spinal cord that holds this whole song together. It's there from the beginning, sometimes more predominant, sometimes less, but it's always there. It's really the spinal cord of the track and really what holds everything together. The piano melody is absolutely beautiful. It really matches well with Lindsay's vocals on the song. The two just really feed off of each other throughout the track and makes for a dynamic duo. It almost feels like a duet between the piano and her voice, just really well put together. A song that's drenched in emotion, both musically and vocally. You just feel like you can cut the tension with a knife on this song as far as emotions are concerned. I really like the piano overall in how it carries the melody through, and then in how it allows her voice to be the second part of that equation that really adds a lot of feel, a lot of atmosphere to the track. Her voice on this specific song is haunting and beautiful at the same time, just magnetizing. What an incredible song. This is a song that could have easily been just piano and her voice alone would have worked, but the fact that they added obviously guitars and drums to it just added a little bit of extra meat on the bone. It just added thickness, it added volume to the song, specifically in the chorus. It works really well, but it would have worked regardless. It's just really beautifully put together, this track. Last but not least, Where I Fall, a song that is melodic, that has a great guitar melody. I really like what they did here. They started off almost with an acoustic guitar. That melody kind of stays through. The guitar stays in that song, and it kind of peeks its head in and out. Sometimes almost completely disappearing, at least it feels like it completely disappears, and then it makes its way back in again. I really like that. I really like the way the track is constructed. The chorus is more robust, if you will, than the verses. It just feels a little bit thicker. The sound just feels a little bit thicker in the chorus. The chorus is also very hooky, so that's also another component that really attracted me to this song. It's one of those scores that's really easy to sing along, really easy to remember. So once you listen to this song once, it immediately gets stuck into your head. It's a total earworm. Impossible to not sing along and impossible to forget the chorus of this song. I like what they did later in the song. They included a little bit of a keyboard bridge with Lindsay's vocals on top of that keyboard bridge. And to me, that was the perfect structure for this song. If they had gone just without it, it would feel like a little bit repetitive. It would feel almost like Dangerous Game to a certain point, because you would get that dynamic of versus chorus, where the verses are more melodic and the chorus is a little bit more robust, a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier. So by adding that keyboard bridge, I felt the song was better constructed, was better served. It just added a lot of melody. At the same time, it added a lot of darkness with that keyboard melody, and then having her voice, her vocals on top of it, it really created the perfect ambiance, the perfect atmosphere to close off this track. Beautifully done. All right, this is Lindsay Schoolcraft's debut solo record, like I mentioned, Martyr, out October 7th. Let me know your thoughts on the record, on the singles. Use the comment section below. I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care, guys.